Good afternoon there. This is Tumitadi, usually go by the name Lexus Programmer. I'm a lead software developer at Frienzy time, and today we'll be looking at module 8, which is a validation system, validating each and every single control that needs an input of the user. All right, so this module is going to be divided into 3 parts. Part 1, I'm going to show you the validation system that's being carried out behind scenes on this part here, which is login. It's either the admin login or the member login. All right, and now on part 2 is going to be about, I'm going to show you validating the administrator, attempting to add administrator. We need to validate everything that we inserted there as part of admin data. And then part 3 is going to be validating the members, inserting data for the member, but we first have to check against the rules if the data is being properly inserted. And then the last part, which is part 4, is going to be validating their task, inserting task. There are certain validation that's been carried out behind scenes. So in short, we're gonna go with part 1, which is this one. All right, now on this part, which is part 1, we're gonna check the validation system that's being carried out on this window, which is for login, either for the admin or the member. So our system is being constructed in a way that you don't have to type in your username, both as an administrator or the member. What you need to do is you need to select, okay, in here I only have one administrator, and the members say you have to select this one. As you can see, the member ID becomes different, that as well. So we said, okay, that is okay, but I'm gonna be doing admin login part, section this site. So okay, now you get the idea that you have to select from the drop down from all the list of all the administrators, and then select yours that you know the password for. But if you attempt to say login, the first part of validation rule is that one. Listen, please type in your password. And what it does is it highlights and gets the focus on this control, which is the password box. All right, it tells you this is where you have to type in your password. Now let me type in my password, and I'm gonna do my password to be incorrect on purpose. All right, but there is, if I attempt to say login, it's gonna say, wait, just one more thing before you continue, please select in your account type, and say, okay, the only one that we have is this one, because when you work with admin, everything this side it's off by default. So it says, okay, this is where you have to just, you understand, check. So I check everything, and then if I attempt to log in with incorrect password, we need to be exposed to another validation rule. Let's say, you see now, invalid username or password, please try again. Obviously it's gonna be the password. All right, so let me insert my proper password. So the idea is you don't just insert a password and hope you're gonna get into your account. No, we were intentionally building this system that you have to go through the rules of validation system, and it has to check if you are authenticated properly. All right, so now this password is properly, and then it's a proper one, it's a correct one. So now I'm gonna log in. You see, now it takes me to the admin window. So this concludes this part 1, which is validating the login window. All right, so I'll see you in a sec for part 2. Now this is gonna be part 2. So we need to add administrator. So we need to go through the process of validation rules. So let's go ahead on menu bar admin, and menu item add new admin. All right. Now before I go further, even if you want to update the administrator, the current one that's been found on the system, you need to go through the rules. So I'm gonna deliberately go and say save, and we'll see what's gonna happen. it says, okay, please type in the title. An example of title is this. All right, this is how we do it. It's a custom one, and notice it gets the control to be red, which is the border to be red, and then the focus is gonna jump right there. So I have to type Mr. Okay, let me do Miss. All right, we're gonna add a female administrator here. If I continue to do this, it's gonna do what? It's gonna say, okay, that is good. Let's go to the next rule, which is initials. Please type in the initials. An example of initials are TK or SE. So let's see, who do we add? It's gonna be Judith Portia. So this is the administrator we add in, the lady. JP, please type in your first name. So I have to type in Judith. Please type in your last name, Portia, and then admin ID. It says please type in the admin ID. An example of admin ID is this. I wanna show you something with this. If I attempt to type in, say Judith space Portia for an example, and I attempt to say save, it's going to take me back because there's another second rule on this control specifically. The first one is give me something. The second one is you have to adhere to how it's supposed to be. You understand? So what I have to do this ft dash, and I have to say, okay, the last name is Portia, so I'm going to do POR0002. Then it's gonna say, okay, I need the username. Okay, you pass that admin, I need the username. So the username is gonna be ft-user. It's gonna be J and then Portia. If you remember, we have to use the initials and then the surname. It's gonna say email. Okay, give me your email. I'm just gonna type in anything here, just anything. You can even get the numbers if you want to. It's gonna say, okay, the first rule you passed, you gave me something, but wait, your email address must include both @ and .side. All right, that means it's requiring a proper email address. So this is our fake one, judith@gmail.com, and then you pass. Now they say please type in the age, and you are a human being, so the age must be 3 digits only. All right, so basically I'm just gonna type in anything that I want to type. Still want to tell me no, that's not your age. All right, so let's say Jewish is 35. Let's go next. Please type in the cell phone, and it must be 10 digits only. You hear that? So let's just type in, I don't know how many digits are there. It's still, because there's a special rule. Let's say I want 10 digits only. Let's say she's using this line 0515280014. As long as I say select your gender, okay, she's female. Select in the department, she's in charge of marketing department. Account type, there's no validation system there, and it says please type in the password, and minimum of password is 8 characters. Even if I type in something, it's still gonna require 8 characters. So I'm gonna type in 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Now this is something else. It says your password is bad. First and foremost, your password is bad. Your password must contain these characters. All right, so not only you have to go through 8 characters, but it has to be a special unique password. So I'm gonna type in a special one, but with 8 characters there. Now do you see it moved from bad to say okay, and then it moved to a second control to validate and say please confirm the password, and minimum password it's 8. It's the same, right? Now even if you type in 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 characters, look at the next one. It say wait, your password mismatch, please type your password again. Even if you passed in the rule that says give me something, secondly your characters has to be 8, but the third one says they have to match. We've built this system that the password has to match. All right, so that's why it's throwing this error right now. So I have to match the first password. There, now we're done. Okay, say please upload the picture. We were eager to get every single control to go through at the phase of validation rules. All right, now we have to select the picture. So I'm just gonna browse. Let's see what we have. Let me use this one of freak. No, admin 3. Yes. And then with this one again, it's requiring only extension of JPJ, and then the PNG or .gif. It's requiring that. That's part of validation system. That means they're filtering on what should be uploaded, not just any other image. And it says okay, now you have everything. Let's attempt to save. There it is. It has been added successfully. To confirm and to validate this thing, let's go to view all, the administrator. I know this is beyond the scope, but this is the person we just inserted right now, Miss JP Judith Portia. This was the admin ID, and then username, that email we struggle, and that's the age. This her cell phone or telephone number. She's female, marketing department, account type, and that's the image right there. All right, so basically this concludes this part of validation system. Now I noticed that on the intro I said 3 part, and then I end up saying the 4th one. With the members, it's the same scenario. All right, it's the same scenario. So I'm not gonna do this member one, but I'm gonna do the admin, but the update admin. All right, as part of dealing with this member, because the same thing, validation rules. So I'm gonna okay, I needed to update this lady. So admin, update admin. So even in here, you don't just insert the data. You don't just insert data. For an example, let's say I change this to something else, and I say update. It's gonna say your email address must include add and dot. You see, that means everything here was good, so I have to add in a proper one. I have to change. So it's gonna be Portia at say yahoo.com. Now even if the phone number, it's gonna validate that. Everything's gonna be validated even if you change the password. So I'm not gonna do that, but if you decide to clear this thing, clear everything, you're gonna have to go through the process of updating. You understand? So basically that's that. I'm just gonna go and say okay, let's update this. Okay, say please upload the picture, because now this picture has to change. All right, so let's go and get number 2 and say okay, you have successfully updated this administrator on the system. So everything, the system is being carried out to go through the rules of validation process to check every single thing. All right, so this wraps up this part, which is part 2, validating, adding administrator and updating administrator. I was supposed to do the members, but I realized behind the scenes that everything is still the same. All right, so this I'm done right now. Okay, thank you. Now this is gonna be the last part, which is part 3, and now this part is gonna be about validating the task. right? That you don't just upload any task on the system, all right? So let's go. Task, add a new task. Now, this one is very, very, very interesting. This one, right? It's very, very interesting. First and foremost, this is what we have. If I attempt to say add task, first and foremost, please select admin name who is uploading this task. That's where the control is uploaded by. You have to select who's uploading this task. So let's go and get the name. As you saw on part 2, we added Portia, so we're gonna use Portia. You see that the system is pulling up all the administrator from database, and then just like that, Portia, here comes Portia, so I'm gonna use Portia. Okay, and then if I attempt to say, okay, I passed that rule, let's go. The next rule is gonna say, please first browse the task to get the task name. Why is it saying please browse first? Because you cannot type in anything. This control is not enabled for you to type in anything. You cannot. So you first have to browse, and when you browse, what it's gonna do, whatever the document is gonna dynamically get the name of the document here on this control, the type of a document, the size of the document. Alright, it's gonna do all those three and the actual document to the system. So let's browse that task. So I have to navigate on my network. Let's go to directory. On directory, let's go to PDF. Aha, let's see. I have this one that says quick guide how to remote access Hikvision device. So I'm gonna open it, and this another validation. You saw on part 2 that when we attempt to update, or rather insert, or rather browse the image for the admin, it was telling us what kind of files it's looking for, as well as documents. Only docs, which is the Word document. This one is a PowerPoint. This one is a PDF. So I'm selecting PDF. It's only when I accept these 3 kinds of documents extensions. All right, that's part of validation. So I'm gonna say open. You see what I did? Quick guide how to remote Hikvision access Hikvision devices, that, and I told you that it's gonna get the type, which is Adobe Acrobat, which is PDF. We've built that behind scenes to get a relevant type. All right, I'll show you this when I update this, and then obviously I uploaded today, which is the 3rd of June, and this is the time when I actually browse this. You understand? And then actually there was a system time, and there's the document size. And now if I go and say, okay, I have that, add task, it's gonna say, okay, I see you got that, but now you need to select the department for this type. Where is it going? Remember Portia, she's in charge of marketing department, so it's only relevant that she has to say this this type is going to marketing department, but she can also be in charge of security department or database developers, but this one is meant for marketing department. So once everything is done, let's go and see. Now how we engineer this system, basically you have to provide the screenshot to aid the members on how to proceed with their task. So I have to upload the picture. So we have add image. So I'm gonna go up, I'm gonna use these images, Minions Freak, the first one, that's the first one. If I do this, it's gonna require the second one. You see how we did it? Second one, add, please upload, but I need you to notice that the border becomes red, and I have to get the third one. Please upload the picture. I have to get the fourth one. Here it is. Now we're left with 2. Okay. The whole point is to show you that the power of validation behind scenes. There is another one, the last one. Okay. I have to get another one. I believe this is the 6th one. The 6th one. There it is. Now that I should be able to say, okay, let me add the task now. All right, so let me say it say you have successfully added the task. All right, what a good way to go. And it's gonna reset everything. All right, so that was the first part of it. Now let's see if we can do the second or version 2 of this part. All right, let me cancel this. Let me view all those tasks. You see this one is being added. Here it is. Quick guide how to, I can, you see that's the name of the task, and the document, here it is. And then the task size, as you saw, for marketing department by Portia. And then it's going to say uploaded date, and then the time, and then all the pictures, the names of all the pictures. All right, so we're going to double click this one to update this one. Okay, let me go and say it's going to show you everything about this task. So I'm going to update this, everything about this task. Now updating, first and foremost, it's no longer gonna be uploaded by Portia but by me first, and now I'm gonna browse that task. I'm gonna get a different one. So let's go and look for, can we get some PowerPoints? It's empty. Let's see if I don't have any PowerPoints. Okay, you know what, I don't know, I don't recall where my PowerPoints are, but I'm just gonna leave it like that. All right, okay, let's go on a desktop to create a new file, which is a PowerPoint one. I'm gonna say test doc, and then I'm gonna attempt to upload this one. You see the name test dog, and it say PowerPoint 0 byte because there's nothing. And the department, I'm gonna change department to software developers. And then the images, I'm gonna remove them. See the remove, and I'm gonna upload different images. So let's go to my directory, and then pictures, and let's see, I'm gonna get this bar one, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and then number 6. The reason I have to do this, it's required. We did in a way that you be careful when you update this task, you understand, because you have to update the screenshots. You cannot upload a different task without with the same old screenshot. It's invalid, it doesn't make sense. All right, so let's attempt to say now we're gonna update now. They say you have successfully updated this task on the system. All right, because even if I was gonna attempt to say update, it was gonna tell me change these, so I didn't want to go through that because I know how it was built. All right, so thank you very much. Now this concludes everything about which is module 8, which is a validation system. All right, on time and task manager project. All right, thank you very much for being with me. I hope this system is kind of like makes sense. Thank you very much for your time. Until next time.